I did the thing we're all told not to do. I can't believe I'm saying this out loud, but I finally left my corporate job.
Last drive, hopefully ever, into the corporate world.
As of January 5th, 2026, I finally left something that I have always identified with, something that I was good at, something that looked good on paper. And it wasn't because it was really falling apart, but because deep down, I was. And before I say anything further, let me just be clear. I'm not telling you to quit. Not like that. Before I made the decision, I wanted to be sure that I had a plan in place. And you want to also. You have to be realistic about your goals and expectations. And while your happiness and your peace really matter the most, be realistic with what your plans are. Corporate life gave me real, tangible things. It gave me stability, a nest egg, and relationships that I will never ever take for granted. And if you're truly unhappy with where you're at right now, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to give up your entire career. Sometimes it's not the industry. Sometimes it's not even the work. Sometimes maybe it's just the environment. Different team, a different department, different set of expectations. And for such a long time, this was something that really resonated with me. So this decision to leave, it wasn't an easy one. I did everything the way I was supposed to. I went to school, grad school, because I was taught that credibility mattered. I chose a path that looked good on paper, one that led to stability, respect, a company that people recognize. And step by step, it worked. What I didn't realize, I wasn't just building a career. I was actually building an identity that made it much more difficult to imagine leaving. What's strange is, even though I was doing everything I was supposed to be doing, I was also doing other things on the side. I was experimenting with small businesses, saying yes to projects that had absolutely nothing to do with my title or the work that I was supposed to be doing. I chose who I was working with, not because I had to, but because I wanted to. And the more I did that, the more I felt like myself. What I didn't realize at the time was those weren't necessarily distractions. I think they were more clues. Clues pointing me towards the kind of work, the kind of life that I had imagined that actually makes me happy. There was a moment that still stays with me even to this day. A former colleague of mine had just returned from a long trip. She wasn't retired yet. She had simply just taken an extended period of time for vacation. She shared her story to Europe with me, from the people that she met, the places that she went to, and the incredible food that she ate. How different it felt just to be away without constantly checking in. And I remember saying to her, "Wow, I'm so envious of you. You get to travel with no strings attached." She chuckled a bit, to which she responded to me saying, "Jennifer, you'll get to do this anytime you want when you retire." She said it very casually, almost reassuring, but I know she meant well. And something about that just stopped me cold, because I was only mid-career and decades away from what we casually like to refer to as freedom or retirement, and that really sank in. And maybe this part was on me, but I never felt like I could truly step away, not even for a little bit, while I was doing the thing that I was supposed to be doing. And that's when reality sank in. This wasn't about travel, but more about permission. About realizing that I had internalized the idea that my life could only expand later, after years of proving, after years of waiting, after someone else had decided that it was okay. Right now, I feel something that I didn't expect, because before, it was a huge sense of guilt, mostly because I felt like not only letting down the people who had certain expectations or perceptions of what I was supposed to be doing, what I was supposed to become, but more so letting down myself. Being that I built a life imagining things that I thought I would become and identify with and have identified with, and now having to come to a crossroads of facing, I might not be that anymore. I might not be that person anymore. And after having released the pressure valve of thinking about that, I felt peace. Not excitement, not certainty, but just quiet. I know this might be the honeymoon phase, and I know the realities of tomorrow are gonna really test me, but even knowing that, This feeling feels way more honest than anything that I have felt in years.
Ooh. Hard to see from with this lens. Nothing beats this. I'll tell you that.
As this new year, 2026 started, things began shifting a lot faster than I expected. Now, a few months ago, I had listed a set of lights on Facebook Marketplace. Little did I know, the interested buyer was actually a director or had directorial experience. Talking led to ideating led to now we're collaborating on a behind-the-scenes shoot for a local athletic clothing company, something I absolutely was not expecting at all. I also did a behind-the-scenes photo shoot for a local pop-up coffee company, a husband and wife duo whose coffee we already love, just documenting their partnership with a local shop they've partnered with. And alongside that creative work, I fully committed my time back into the financial markets, from trading, investing, and learning the industry with so much more intention. I know I have a lot more room to grow, but having my time back has given me so much more clarity, a space to focus, study, and be more consistent in ways that I couldn't do so before. And that focus is starting to show up in my portfolio, not as perfection, but as progress. Truthfully, what's most important has not been the returns, but having that feeling that my energy is going back to something that I chose to do. And for the first time in a long time, my future, it doesn't feel forced, but so much more intentional. So I want to ask you something. What's that quiet thing you keep postponing? Is it the job or path that you're currently on no longer fits you? Not demonstrating quitting tomorrow, just being honest with yourself without having to explain it away. Or maybe it's writing a book that you want to publish, or shooting a film that you wanted to put out, or maybe even starting a small business. Not necessarily to monetize it yet, but just seeing what happens once you finally start doing it. Or maybe it's having a hard conversation with your boss, your colleague, your husband, your wife, or maybe it's with yourself. And if you're watching this right now at a crossroads, scared to make that next move, whether it's changing careers, leaving something familiar, or even admitting that you want something different, the moment that you decide to prioritize your happiness and your peace, you will feel so much relief. I know because I just lived it. I chose to take that leap of faith and choose me. I promise you, you'll be okay on the other side. Honestly, I wasn't expecting to have everything figured out. I just needed a little gentle nudge to listen to myself. And on the other side of that decision, what surprised me most was not necessarily the excitement or the certainty, it was peace. You know what to do next. Not that big, scary leap, but that quiet thing that you keep putting aside, that thing that feels a little bit uncomfortable, but honest. Start there.